What's up, Halo Zone? This is Parkatron, and welcome to the Real Life Show episode 2. For those of you who missed the first episode, I did an episode on careers, talking about my experience and my thoughts on careers. The idea of this show is to take suggestions for topics from you guys, the subscribers, and I'll try and give my opinion and thoughts on them. So if you have anything that you'd like me to talk about, it doesn't have to be gaming related, it can be, pretty much about anything. Just let me know in the comments or send me a message or something like that, and I'll do my best to give you guys my thoughts or experiences on that. This is a game of free-for-all on the map Sword Base. I'm sure you all know that, and I win the game. But I'm a bit rusty with free-for-all. I haven't played it in a while, so I've been getting back into it and some other different game types, other than my usual game type of Team Slayer. So anyway, this topic was suggested by two of my subscribers. One of them is a Halo Zone director known as Diddy, and by the way, if you haven't seen his Halo 4 trailer breakdown on Halo Zone, go and check that out because it's an awesome video, and you guys will be really excited for Halo 4 once you watch it. The other person who suggested this topic was a subscriber of mine called Afro Dan. So there you go. If you want to suggest a topic and it gets on the show, I'll give you a little mention like that. So anyway, getting into today's topic, I'm going to be talking about growing up, and a bit more specifically growing up in Australia. Now, I have only ever been to one other country, and that's New Zealand, and it's very similar to Australia, but from what I've seen, on TV and read about in, the news and stuff like that, Australia is an absolutely awesome country. It's known as a lucky country, and there's a reason for that. It's because we are very lucky. That we enjoy a lot of freedoms down here, and we don't have to worry about conflict with other countries and stuff like that. We're a pretty good country, a pretty friendly country. We don't have any serious issues with crime or unemployment or anything like that. So yeah, it really is a lucky country, and I feel really lucky to have grown up here. But I was born in a regional town in Victoria, and it's actually my hometown. I grew up there, and I'll be moving back there soon, which is awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, I was born in a regional town, about 100,000 people, I would say, and that was great. It was a town that was small enough that you didn't really have to worry about people. People didn't really lock their cars or lock their houses. Where I grew up, it was just normal for people to really trust the community around them, and for that reason, from a young age, I was able to do things, like just ride off on my bike to my friends' houses, even when I was 7-8 years old, and that was really awesome. No one really worried about anything bad happening back then, and nothing hardly ever did. So yeah, it was great. I played a lot of sport as a kid. I played Aussie rules football, tennis, taekwondo, indoor cricket. And from about 14 or so, I got heavily into skateboarding, which I haven't done in the last few years, but I still snowboard, which I've been doing for about 12 or so years. So anyway, I went to primary school in a very small town outside of this regional area. There was about 300 kids there, I think. So not a huge primary school. But then I went on to secondary school, and around about that time, actually, my parents moved us out a little bit further from the town, and we had about 20 acres of land, and this stage of my life growing up was probably the best. From about 10 to, I think, 18, we lived out in the country, and I got to do some things that not many of my friends could do, and I'll tell you about some of them. Riding motorbikes was one of them, and because it was such a quiet area and I had friends that lived not too far away, I could actually just jump on my motorbike, from 14 or 15 years old, and ride around to my friend's house. And if you live in the States or something like that, you probably think, oh, that's not a big deal because at 16 you can get your license, but in Australia you can't get your license until you're 18. So it was a pretty big deal back then. Some of my friends were pretty jealous about that. Other friends of mine had guns, so we got to go hunting, with shotguns and rifles and stuff like that. And just as I say that, I pick up the shotgun. I can tell you, shooting a shotgun in real life is nothing compared to shooting it like this. There's no way you'd be able to hold it under your arm like that, because the shotguns I've shot have massive recoil. But you know, that was awesome, going hunting and stuff like that. And probably from about 16, my dad bought me a car. They were called paddock bombs back then, and the reason they were called that is just when cars were too run down to be on the road, people would get them and just drive them around in their paddocks and pretty much just thrash them. And that was awesome because that actually allowed me to learn to drive 2 or 3 years before I could get my license. And you know, I probably owe a lot of my driving skill to that, because we drove them like absolute maniacs. You know, we thought we were rally drivers, and it actually allowed me to learn how to control a car in a skid and you know, regain control and stuff like that. So yeah, that was awesome. But the reason I'm telling you this, it's not just to brag about my life or anything like that. It's to let you guys know that, you know, there is more to life than gaming, and I'm sure you guys are aware of that. But I just want to mention that, you know, don't spend all your time gaming and neglect other parts of your life, because I can tell you probably will end up regretting that. And I'm not saying, you know, put down your controller and go outside and get off your ass or anything, you know, like maybe your parents say. But what I'm saying is, you know, yeah, get into your gaming and all that. That's awesome. Obviously, I love gaming, but don't forget about other things. You know, try other things. Think, you know, that's the time of your life when you find out what your likes and dislikes are. So if you can take that message away from this, then it's all been worth it. So anyway, this game's getting towards the end, and just before I go, I would really like it if you guys could go and check out my channel. I've got heaps more Halo on there. I've got some regular shows and a few other bits and pieces on there also. And if you're not subscribed to Halo Zone, I highly recommend doing it, because if you're a fan of Halo, they have some awesome directors on this channel. And if you've seen the Halo 4 trailer breakdown by Diddy, that's just a taste of things to come. If you want to find out things about Halo 4, Halo Zone is definitely the place to be. So if you love your Halo and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Halo Zone. Go around and support all the other commentators as well. Check out their channels, and if you like them, subscribe to them also. So yeah, this game's coming to a close, guys. I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you want to hear a topic, hear me speak about a topic, I should say, just put a suggestion in the comments, or send me a message or something like that, and yeah, I'll do my best to talk about that. That's the end of the game, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.